Hi guys. Schnell, schnell, Schweinhund. It's the Tiger. This is the Academy 135th scale Tiger, a German heavy tank Tiger 1 early production version. This is not the mid or late production. This is one of the rarer Tiger model kits out there, because I believe, if I check the sprues correctly, this is an actual pull from the original Tamiya early Tiger molds, which, as everyone knows, they ended up retooling for the mid and late productions. So the early production Tiger and the mid production Tiger are the rarest ones. Now, as we can see, the lower hull is by itself along with the tracks. I don't believe, no, this one doesn't look like it can be remote controlled either. What a shame. I did plan on turning one of these into at least a remote controlled tank, but unfortunately that ain't going to happen, so it looks like I'm going to have to do it to a Walker Bulldog kit when I get one, another one anyway. And so that's the lower hull and the tracks. Let me just slice this open quickly. That's why you should always have a sharp X-Acto. Let's check out the tracks, shall we? The tracks are on their own individual rubber sprues, you can see. But, ooh, that is PLS plastic. That is not regular Alate rubber. Interesting. I know it's weird that I can actually tell that just by the smell. But once you've built enough model kits, you get to learn the smells. So obviously, you know, nice, sturdy track. And I mean, I'm really giving it a good old tug there. Obviously, the tracks are meant to take a little bit of punishment. Let's take a look at the detail of the internal side of the lower chassis. And let's take a look. Of course, you've got the helical gears, you've got the various small little plates. And on the outside, of course, you've got the run wheel sections. You've also got the drive wheels here and the return wheels back there. 1/35th scale Tiger 1 early version, made in Korea, 1996, I believe that says. Yep. So this was actually pulled from the Tamiya molds, and as you can see, it actually does have the Tamiya stamp. So yes, this is an early production Tamiya mold pull. And of course, here's the legendary turret. There is the drive stud wheels for those who wish to make the vehicle move by pushing it, etc., like Tamiya does. Why? Because this is a Tamiya kit in theory. Of course, the barrel. Let's take a look at the barrel briefly, real quick, shall we? Bags, as you can see, were all nicely sealed. I have been having issues with a lot of other older Tamiya kits of late. I recently picked up a whole bunch of Japanese fighter planes for my diorama I'm doing with my P-51 and a B-17. So let's just take a quick look here. Of course, here's these are some sort of PLS plastic. They are somewhat rubber to it. So that's your drive section. Of course, the turret comes in two separate halves, which means you will have a bit of a gap on the rear back of the turret if you're not worried by that. But of course, then you've got the stowage to cover that seam. Again, I believe that sticking up other parts to hide certain seam lines is just stupid. The barrel does look to be fairly straight from what I can tell. Let me grab my tape measure. Now everyone knows tape measures are straight, so let's the barrel appears to be within proportions, so looks like we won't have to get a brass tube out, but I'll probably will, just for shits and giggles. Again, you got the various hatches and the typical German tank cupola. There's the hefty gun mantlet. Wow, this is going to be a really fun kit to build, guys. And of course, on the back, you've got the crew, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ein, Schwein. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And of course, you've got the rear engine fumigator and extractors to stop the tank from catching on fire, just like it used to. And of course, you also have the external side skirts. Unfortunately, the side skirts don't come individually, because I was going to do with some of the side skirts actually damaged, as if it's been in a battle. Of course, there's the idler wheels there, some sandbags and canteens. let's take a look. Of course, another set of idler wheels down below. More sandbags. So this is just a double sprue. Okay. Now we are on to the fun part. Now we have the drive wheels and drive mechanisms. As you can see, because the suspension system is actually technically going to be real, of course, you can also have the ammunition on the insides, because this tank does have the option of turning it into the cutaway, I believe. But you will need some extra parts from an aftermarket kit, unfortunately, which I do not have currently right now. So, of course, we're going to take a look at the drive wheels. Drive wheels are pretty nice. There's the suspension lines. There's the suction, knuckler couplers. And then, of course, one of the last sets, spare tracks, of course. Engine grills, various tow cables. And, of course, the top part of the turret. And then, of course, you also have your tools, what you will need, etc., etc. How to apply decals, the typical paraphernalia. Of course, this one's in Japanese, Chinese, and everything else. But oh, there's one little small square section in English. And of course, the last but not least, the decals or decals. Of course, no swastikas, of course, because, well, you know, that would be racist. So I may go with some aftermarket 1/35th scale German decals. Now, the decals themselves, they feel rather thick, especially on the yellow numbers. They feel kind of raised. I can actually feel them, which is kind of bad, but it's also kind of good at the same time. It means they're thick, they can take a bit of a pounding. Again, on the smaller, they just look very, as you can see, the light shining off of the wax paper, and you know, there's no wax paper there, but it's literally just the light shining and bending off the decals. You can see how they're going to silver like crazy. Of course, you do have your choice of the 2nd SS Panzer Division Das Reich, or the 1st SS Panzer Division Le Schach, or you do have the 2nd Panzer Abbott's 502nd Reserves. Of course, I'll be doing these on a completely different Tiger tank that I'll go into more detail as I build it. Now, let's check out the instruction sheet, shall we? This thing looks like it could be a graphic novel. Sadly, no color pictures from what I can see so far. I believe this is a 20 step, I believe. No, this is a 14 so far. 14, 17. This is a 17 step build. So for all you more simpler people, this might be a little bit of a harder build for you. Of course, they have painting guides and decal placements, as you can see here, from the 712th, the 123rd, Tiger 123, Tiger 712, or Tiger 813, company SO3, and it will give brief areas like Germany. Here you go, Tunisia, the Africa Corps, Tiger 504. 150, the 104th Heavy Tank Battalion, Tunisia, Africa Corps, 1943. This is the Tiger that I will be building in conjunction with the Sherman kit that I did previously. That will be in this. They won't be in a diorama together. They'll just be my way of paying my respects to my family members who were in World War II and sadly never came home. So it's my way of paying my respects to them and to all the veterans out there. Thank you very much. And of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed this out-of-box review of the Academy 135th German Heavy Tank Tiger 1 early production. And as always, guys, peace and love and respect. I'll take care, and I'll see you on the next one.